Oh boy, the era of the smartphone sure has brought a lot to our attention that was previously hearsay, was previously the word of usually a troublemaking student against a sterling veteran career teacher. And now, caught on a hot mic, a teacher has some interesting words for students who had decided to opt out of their school's pride events due to their religion. They end up getting caught on tape in a multi-minute tirade that we're going to take a look at because I think it's pretty interesting. It's very interesting how progressives seem to view people who have religious exemptions from pride-related content. And It's just another one of those great moments in progressive history where you hear how they really think, what they really think about you, what they really think about minority groups, what they really think about religious groups. This is an interesting call. It's about a minute 40. Quick reminder: Father's Day right around the bend. Dads, I know many of you watch my videos. Let your kids know you want a sweet Father's Day gift box from coffeebrandcoffee.com. Or, by the way, limited run on our hats. I'm doing a hat order one time only in the blue, a quartering Coffee Brand Coffee crossover hat. And that order closes on Friday. So pick up your Father's Day gift box, pre-order your hat. Everybody wins. Promo code DAD to save on your gift box too. Now, teacher tells Muslim students skipping LGBTQ events is not Canadian. Now you see Jennifer Ann writing, I just called the school. They said they've received hundreds of phone calls regarding this, and they are investigating. Vice principal would not go further than that. Let's take a listen.
Well, I'll tell you, you are out to lunch. If you think it's a...
So essentially, by the way, what I can make of the run-up is that a bunch of students who are Muslim decided to skip out of Pride Day events because it conflicted with their religions. It's like a senior skip day or something. They just skip this stuff. I don't have any problem with it. And I bet you many of their parents are probably 100% on board with it. Almost certainly.
Acceptable to not show up because you think if there's some pride activities going on at school, right? Oh, that's fine. Because I'm going to show my opinion by hanging out at the mall. But meanwhile, all those kids who are, involved in, say, the Gay Street Alliance or whatever, I don't even know if we have that anymore in our school, they're here when we did Ramadan for Lion Time, and they're showing respect in the class for your religion, right, for your beliefs.
The argument here is that because somebody else felt like tolerating your religious celebration, you must also tolerate theirs. That's not how freedom of speech works. That's not how religious protection works. The idea that, first of all, these two groups of people would ever get along is hilarious. But they're in direct opposition to each other. People of faith, people in the Muslim faith, in particular, have particularly strong opinions about it, right? But this teacher, it's just like kind of the normal, woke, progressive teacher crap.
It goes two ways. If you want to be respected for who you are, if you don't want to suffer prejudice for your religion, your color of skin, your whatever, then you better give it back to people who are different from you.
Again, that's not how it works. Now, the idea that this individual, and it's like a lot of this is happening in Canada, which is pretty odd. Canada's obviously very, very progressive. I don't know what percentage of my viewership happens to be Muslim. I mean, just the cross-section of society. Certainly there's some. But this is like the definition of when unstoppable force meets an immovable object. And these teachers don't have, first of all, they shouldn't be having pride events in the school, period. By the way, this is a junior high. So this is fifth, sixth, and seventh grade, or sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. It kind of changes. Now we have intermediate schools in the states around me, which we never used to have. So I get kind of not totally sure. But when I was young, middle school was sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So you are, what, like 12, 13, 14? Why are you having pride events at all about that? Literally.
That's how it works. It's an exchange. And it isn't like that in all countries. As I told you, in Uganda, literally, if they think you're gay, they will execute you. If you believe that kind of thing, then you don't belong here.
Whoa. Did she just say, get out of my country? Did she just say, get out of, you don't belong in my country if you have a different opinion than I do? This is, again, a teacher talking to 12 and 13-year-old students.
Because that is not what Canada believes. We believe in freedom. We believe that people can marry whomever they want. That is in the law. And if you don't think that should be the law, you can't be Canadian.
Whoa. You can't be Canadian? Now, I wonder what's going to come out about this teacher. You know, I just wonder what we're going to find out. I mean, gosh, you just know this teacher's going to be, if I had to take a guess, they're going to look exactly like you expected. You see a lot of people saying, I have updated the Loudonberry School transcript. The copy is cleaned up, and it's Loudonberry School, a junior high school. I included the transcript. The video is short. It's nuts. Here's a transcript of everything they said. It makes me angry. This is a junior high teacher who, as of right now, remains unnamed. Although I suspect by the end of today, probably by the time, this video gets out there, there's already all sorts of stuff going on. You see this? Dear parents and guardians and family, many of you heard audio recording of a teacher at Londonderry School circulating on social media channels. I want to emphasize that the views expressed by the teacher are not reflected values of acceptance, inclusion, and belonging. Why don't you just say diversity, equity, and inclusion that are so strong at Londonderry School? We know that words matter and that have the ability to bring us together and also divide us. I want to assure you that we are addressing the situation accordingly. What? Putting the teacher on paid vacation? As shared in my last message, we will recognize both Pride Month and National Indigenous History Month in June. Our school community is incredibly rich and diverse, and I'm inspired by it every day. This diversity and sense of belonging at school enriches student learning and experiences. How about just reading, writing, arithmetic? Arithmetic. When did that stop? Throughout next week, Pride Week may be mentioned during daily announcements as a way to highlight activities. This is a middle school. Why are they having any Pride events whatsoever? It's so weird. It's just so creepy.
You don't belong here, and I mean it. I really mean it. And it's not a joke, Manzoor. I said back and forth. You want it, you got to give it.
That's not how it works. And by the way, what's hilarious about this is whoever this teacher is, clearly speaking for the community, they're expecting that you just sit there and take it. They're not being accepting of your religious beliefs. They're not being accepting of, how it may fly in the face of your chosen religion. They're saying you have to take my LGBTQ pride stuff and have a smile on your face. And if you don't, then you're not being inclusive, and we won't be either. Well, that's not very inclusive. It's so weird.
It just makes me angry. Sorry, I'm a little worked up.
I'm going to assume that this teacher is probably LGBTQ. How about a lot of these? How about we actually stick to education rather than virtue signaling and identity activities? Imagine if a Christian school teacher told a young Muslim student that they don't belong in Canada like this woke teacher did. The alphabet soup mafia will get away with anything, though, because they have the top spot in the victimhood totem pole for now. My husband and I had a conversation about school absences in respect to pride activities. We were both quite certain that the children who were being absent would be punished. This is unsurprising but terrible. Telling children that they don't belong in Canada is simply beyond the pale. I mean, this is coming from a country that, encouraged people to tattle on each other if they had, more than a few people at their house during the lockdowns. There's tolerance, and then they're saying you will endure my messaging, and you will embrace me, or else. Keep recording your teachers, kids. Absolutely amazing. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you head on over to Coffee Brand Coffee, pick up your quartering crossover snapback hat or your Father's Day gift box today.